It's 9:35, so yes. Good morning, peoples. So I started a custom last night, and I didn't finish it, but I mean, I have to do one more thing and then it'll be finished. But I started last night and I didn't record like any of the process because it's a fairly simple design. It's this one, and also because this shoe is kind of like my piece shoe. Like when it's simple stuff like this, like just color blocking and then like a little extraness, I call it like a piece shoe. Like it's mind numbing. Don't really have to think about much when I have to do it. So I did that last night. Well, I started it last night. I have to do one more thing today, and then of course let it dry and top coat and then all of that stuff. I think the last shoe custom video was like okay. I'm trying to think of like how I'm gonna record all of this stuff, honestly, just because the first custom video, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't like what I wanted to look like. But also because I'm limited to like angles with how my desk is set up in my room, it's just a little hard for me to record stuff without, you know, having to reorganize my entire room for better angles, and that's a lot to do. So I'm gonna just show you guys. I go outside for the splatter. I don't do that inside. I used to do it inside when I had my old desk. My old desk is terrible. It's like paint all over it, and with this desk I like to keep it clean because it's new. My parents bought it for me for Christmas, so I would rather not mess it up with a whole bunch of paint marks on it. So I go outside for any splatter paint or like just anything I think is gonna be messy. So I'm about to go outside and do these. They're currently wrapped up because yeah, I just didn't want to risk getting the splatter paint on the actual shoe that I already did. And I've done splatter paint before. I did splatter paint on these Kobe's. Yeah, I did splatter paint on some Kobe's, and I did them inside without taping them up, and it got all over the shoe in places I didn't want it to be, so I learned my lesson. So now I tape them. Well, when I do splatter paint, I tape them up like this. It's messy, it's ugly, but it keeps the paint where the paint needs to be. When I actually paint, I do not tape off, and I'll explain that later. I think it's a waste of time, honestly. But let me show you guys how I did this. So I don't know if y'all could tell, but I brought y'all outside after I started doing the splatter paint. Like, so when I tell you a shoe is mind numbing, I mean like I literally don't think about what I have to do next because it's just like, it's common sense. Like I started off with the darker green, I went into the lighter green, and then I went into the lightest green. Taped up the shoes, well, waited for that to dry, taped up the shoes, and then went into the splatter paint. Like very easy and very simple. So simple, I'm like in my head the entire time doing it. So when I went outside to show you guys, I was already halfway done, but I did take you guys out there to see kind of what I was doing. My glove ended up having a hole in it, so my finger actually got green anyways. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I do. I wait for it to dry. I let it air dry a little bit, but I'm impatient, so then I have a heat gun, so then I just dry with that. Take off the covering, and then I will show you guys the final look. Okay, so after I did like the corrections and stuff, really the corrections and cleanup. So like sometimes when I tape off, I don't get exactly to the edge, so there'll be like paint on the edge, or like since it's green on white, there'll be like green dots somewhere, so I would have to acetone it off and clean it off. And then with like the back, I didn't paint the black Nike. Don't ask me why, because I don't know why. I just thought it would be nice, and that I thought it would be a nice accent to have the white still on the back, since it is, you know, a lot going on in a sense. But yeah, and then like there's a smear here, and then there's smear on this side, so kind of goes hand in hand. So my aunt ordered these from me, and I gave her 4 options, and the next shoes you're gonna see is my uncle and my cousins. But I gave them options, and she chose this option, and the design was for all the sides to be the same. So like I said in my last video, I'll only do it when it's asked. But anyways, so they are done. I like them. I always like my finished products. I mean, if you don't like them, then it's a problem. Follow me on all social medias so you can get you can see the final picture looks, and you can go share and help support. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you want to see anything crazy or anything else. I think I have a crazy video coming up. Not crazy, but it's just like, but like, subscribe, comment, share, do that. And I'm gonna get started on this next one.